Japan has one of the highest smoking rates in the developed world. Over 30% of Japanese men smoke, and yet their lung cancer death rate is dramatically lower than in the United States. Scientists have a name for this. They call it the Japanese smoking paradox. And what they found trying to explain it completely changed how researchers think about cancer, diet, and the human body. Here's what the data actually shows. Japanese smokers are nearly 7 times less likely to develop lung cancer than American smokers, smoking the same number of cigarettes. 7 times. For decades, nobody could explain it. But the deeper scientists looked, the stranger the answer got. Stay with me, because the reason behind this paradox reveals something about food, genetics, and lifestyle that most people have never heard. So what's actually going on? Researchers have identified 3 main factors, and none of them are what most people guess. Let's start with the cigarettes themselves. Japanese cigarettes are structurally different from American ones. Many Japanese brands use activated charcoal filters that bind to carcinogens before they reach the lungs. American cigarettes, by comparison, contain far higher concentrations of cancer-causing chemicals in their tobacco blend. But that's not the most surprising part. The second factor is diet. The traditional Japanese diet is built around fish, fermented foods, vegetables, and green tea. Green tea in particular contains a compound called EGCG, a powerful antioxidant that research has shown can actually block the DNA damage that cigarette smoke causes in lung cells. Animal studies found that mice exposed to tobacco carcinogens developed significantly fewer lung tumors when given green tea extract. The compound essentially intercepts the chemical chain reaction that leads to cancer. But here's where it gets really interesting. The third factor is something researchers are still working to fully understand: genetics. Studies comparing Asian and Western populations found that the biological response to cigarette smoke differs significantly at the DNA level. The relative risk of lung cancer from smoking in Japan is roughly 4 to 5 times higher than in non-smokers. In the United States, that same comparison shows a risk 9 to 23 times higher. Something in the genetic profile of Japanese smokers appears to make their cells less susceptible to the same level of carcinogen exposure. Researchers believe differences in DNA methylation patterns, the way genes get switched on and off, may be part of the answer. It's not that smoking is safe for Japanese people. It absolutely is not. But the interaction between smoke, genetics, and diet produces a measurably different outcome than in Western populations. So what does this actually tell us? It tells us that disease isn't just about a single bad habit. It's about the entire system around that habit. What you eat, how your genes respond, and what other protective factors are in play. The Japanese smoking paradox is one of the most studied anomalies in cancer research, and scientists still don't have a complete explanation. What's your theory? Drop it in the comments. And if you want more counterintuitive science like this, you know what to do.